Hey guys, welcome back to Kendall Live. I'm your host, EJ Paras.
I'm Kelsey Fama.
And I'm Dan Hitchin. On this week's episode, we'll be discussing a genre that is arguably the most important musical influence in every millennial's life, Disney music. From the opening notes of The Circle of Life to classic Disney theme When You Wish Upon a Star, we'll be discussing all your favorite tracks. Later in the episode, Tyler Law and Lauren Vogel will perform I See the Light from Disney's Tangled. Stay tuned for a very nostalgic Kendall Live.
All right, guys, let's get into this magical discussion. From Steamboat Willie to the period of Disney's Renaissance, how has Disney music evolved? Can the soundtracks to recent films such as Frozen, Tangled, and Moana even compare?
Well, I'll say for the later ones, like Frozen, Tangled, Moana, I think they definitely compare, but they're different. I feel like they have more of like a Broadway influence.
Sure.
Like Frozen to me was like very Broadway-y, and Moana obviously was by like Lin-Manuel Miranda, so that's pretty Broadway. As much as I love Steamboat Willie, which is a lot, I think the music's definitely gotten more like sophisticated, and I don't know, I like it. What about you?
Well, I mean, the production value is something that really can't be compared from time period to time period. It's going to improve no matter what, or at the very least, there will be a different effect because of it. I think it can be compared in quality. I think there are amazing minds behind all of these soundtracks and movies, and I mean, there are these classics, Once Upon a Dream. That's
like before the Renaissance.
Yeah. From like
Yeah.
the old ones, there are these other classics like Once Upon a Dream. There's the Pinocchio, I've Got No Strings, which is a great song, but was kind of ruined for me recently because of Ultron.
Oh, right.
The Avengers,
the Avengers movie.
they took it and made it even like creepier, but it was a great song.
If we're talking about the greatest songs of Disney, why are we even bringing in Pinocchio? Like, no offense, I think Pinocchio like low-key sucks.
Okay, well, Pinocchio is a classic, and you can't deny that.
I guess.
And there's reasons for that. Yeah,
It's
come
just
on.
not for me. Jiminy Cricket, redeeming quality, but
All right,
I'm not the Pinocchio person. It's
a
creepy
matter
to
of
me.
personal opinion.
When
but
I was
Pinocchio
little, I
is-
had nightmares about Pinocchio because he
That
got
doesn't-
stuck inside the whale.
Well,
It was
I
messed
mean,
up.
You have nightmares about a lot of things, I feel like.
Yeah,
Dumbo.
yeah, Dumbo too.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Snow White was the first Disney movie with singing in it. So
Yeah.
that's a pretty monumental movie.
Oh, really?
And Snow White kind of set the standard for which Disney movies became, the Disney musical became a thing because of Snow White.
Yeah.
And Steamboat Willie, the whistling, the iconic whistling, and
Yeah.
having the soundtrack, the opening credits of most Disney animated movies now. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's enough about that. Alan Menken composed many of the soundtracks in the Renaissance era. So let's talk a little bit. Which one of his works do you prefer? He's done Hunchback of Notre Dame, Aladdin, among others. So
Well, I mean, Aladdin is probably my favorite one. I think the music in Aladdin is incredible. I think the entire soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah.
But I think literally every single one could be argued as his best work.
I listen to A Whole New World
Yeah.
probably once a week at least, minimum.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I even had a little duet at one point with our music producer Lauren. The Whole New World. It was great. I think it's a great soundtrack, but I think all of them are great. Like, he did Pocahontas, right? Did he do Pocahontas? I think he did.
Probably. He does like everything, honestly.
Yeah,
Like
like
even
all
when you
the
watch
Disney
like
Renaissance
random
ones.
movies that like almost any like a lot of random movies you'll watch, like you'll see in the credits that they were composed by Alan Menken. So he's just like all over, like not just Disney, but like everything.
Yeah.
Like
He's
he
won
makes so
8
much
Oscars,
music.
I believe. I don't know, 11 Tonys, or that's a lot of Tonys, but like a lot of Tonys and probably like 9
I
Yeah.
believe it.
Grammys.
He's doing a lot.
He's done a lot.
He's doing a lot.
Whether it be scores or original songs, so he's had a
Yeah.
lot of music, like you said, across more than just Disney.
Yeah.
He did Tangled too, right?
Probably.
I think he did Tangled.
I'm not an Alan Menken expert, but
Well, what is your favorite then?
well, I'm very partial to say my favorite in any category of Disney is The Little Mermaid because it's been my favorite since I was little and I'm very attached to it. And one thing I'll say for that movie is I think that like every song is a banger basically, Like for instance, like Hunchback he also did. And Hunchback has like I would say like 2 really good songs and then the rest of the songs are just kind of like whatever. Some of them are terrifying, I'll be honest. I think it's insane we show that movie to children.
You can't deny the composition of the songs
yeah, but,
is really, really.
Well, I think
really
they have
incredible.
like God Help the Outcasts, and I think it's called Out There. Like those two are great, but then the other songs like Little Mermaid, like every song is awesome, you know? And I think you could pretty much say the same thing for Aladdin, which is like a close second for me. And but also Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast.
There's no bad songs in Beauty and the Beast, but still, Little Mermaid is my favorite.
And then you can
just
tell that
because,
people
like, I love it.
love what's being made because the remake with Emma Watson is making
There's
so much money.
Yeah.
And everyone's loving it.
And
the
it-
nostalgia is like. How many
it
Disney movies
reminded
came out?
me.
Like 17. I read. Is it 7? Like
It's a lot.
A huge
It's
number.
a lot.
Like no Disney movie is safe. Every Disney movie is going to be remade.
Yeah.
Which speaks that the people really love what they've heard, and
Yeah.
nostalgia really sells, kind of. Especially Disney bought Star Wars too, so everything really is Disney in a way.
They're working on a live-action Mulan.
They are.
I'm
That's the
excited
next one,
for
isn't
that.
it?
I think so.
I think
That
it's
one's
the
going to
next
be
one.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it'll be good. I think most of them will be good. Most of at least like the Disney Renaissance ones, whereas some of the older versions like Dumbo might
Live-action Dumbo?
Live-action Dumbo
That's
might
gonna be
not
a nightmare.
amazing. But for the most part, I think the ones that are most nostalgic to us, I think they'll do a really great job with.
Yeah, because it's just cool to see your like favorite things like kind of brought to life. I don't know.
All right, sounds great. So let's get to the next question. Which Disney soundtracks, would you guys argue are the most underrated of them all?
Of the big ones from like the 90s, I think Pocahontas is honestly kind of underrated because
I would agree.
You think Lion
Colors
King,
of the
you
Wind.
think
Colors of the Wind, so good.
Yeah.
What's the one about the river?
Across the river bend.
Just
Just
around the
around the
river
river
bend.
bend.
That one's
Yes.
also so good.
Yeah, that's a great. I think that is a very underrated. At least since it's in the conversation with these other great soundtracks like The Lion King, like Beauty and the Beast. That one is kind of overlooked, but like when you look back at it, you realize, wow, I really loved this.
Yeah. I have two. I can't remember what my first one was, so I'm gonna save it. But I was gonna say
you'll remember it as
Hercules,
it
I think, is underrated.
Sure.
Like the muses are so awesome. There's so many cool songs from Hercules. Go the Distance is
It's a
amazing.
good song. It's a great song.
Oh, the other one I wanted to say was I think that The Princess and the Frog has underrated music because I didn't love that movie as much as like I hoped it would when I saw it at least. But the music is like really cool. Like they have one of the best evil songs of any Disney movie, and I love a good evil song.
Yeah, like for example, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Shiny from Moana.
Oh my god.
Great
That
song.
was easily the low point of Moana. That was like the one time where I was like, what was Lin even like thinking when he did this?
Tamatoa. No, I it's a fun song. It's
I thought it was
weird
like
and
the
kind of out of
character
place,
almost
but it's-
adds nothing to the plot, and he has an entire song, and it's basically a complete waste.
I'm gonna slide in
Wow.
Oliver and Company because
Oh
it has
my-
songs
for
written.
God's sake,
It has songs
EJ.
written by Barry Manilow and songs performed by Billy Joel singing about New York City. Oliver and Company came out in 1988.
cares?
The top of the B
No.
list. Joey Lawrence is top. He's
Oh
Oliver
well,
in that
Joey
movie.
Lawrence. Now we have to.
All
pay
right, well that's all I
attention.
had to say. Awesome,
Yeah,
great job,
no.
guys. Let's take a look at which soundtracks tCNJ likes the best.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame comes in last place this week. Released in 1996, the movie follows Quasimodo, one of society's outcasts. The dark thematic content of the film is reflected on the soundtrack that Menken composed. Many consider Hunchback too scary and too mature for a child audience. Despite this, many feel that the music of The Hunchback of Notre Dame is underrated. Mary Poppins is perhaps Disney's best-known live-action film. Mary Poppins was composed by the Sherman Brothers, and without this work, we would not have the same Disney music that we've come to know and love in other films. The voices of Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke in the lead roles really make this soundtrack iconic. Without Mary Poppins, we would not have a lot of the Disney music that we've come and know and love today.
Now we're going to send it over to Tyler and Lauren for a scenic session.
All those days watching from a window, all those years outside looking in, all that time never even knowing just how blind I've been. Now I'm here blinking in the starlight, starlight. Now I'm here, suddenly I see, standing here, it's oh so clear, I'm where I'm meant to be. And at last I see the light, and it's like a fog is lifted. And at last I see the light, and it's like the sky is new, and it's warm and real and bright, and the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything looks different now that I see you.
All those days chasing down a daydream, all those years living in a blur, all that time never truly seeing things the way they were. Now she's here, shining in the starlight. Now she's here, suddenly I know. If she's here, it's crystal clear, I'm where I'm meant to go. And at last I see the light, and it's like the fog has lifted. And at last I see the light,
And it's like the sky is new,
and it's warm and real and bright, and the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything looks different now that I see you. Now that I see you.
In second place this week is Disney's Tangled. Tangled tells the story of classic princess Rapunzel, but in a new way. As one of Disney's more recent releases, Tangled may not seem to have the same notoriety as famous movies such as The Lion King. However, Alan Menken really gives us some of his best work here. One of the best tracks that Tangled has to offer is a romantic song called I See the Light, one of Disney's most beautiful love songs, since classics such as So This Is Love and Once Upon a Dream. Tangled comes in at number 2 on this week's countdown. The 1994 classic The Lion King comes in first place this week on the countdown. tCNJ voted, and they voted that you can't just usurp a classic.
That wraps it up from all of us here at Kendall Live. I'm Kelsey Fama.
And I'm EJ Paras.
And I'm Dan Hitchin. If you're interested in joining LTV, email us at ltv@tcnj.edu and like us on Facebook. Thanks for watching.
Oliver and Company, underrated. That's all I'm saying.
No,
I need to rewatch
that was a waste of time.